Hey, hello, what's up, my English learning buddies? Yes, because if you have seen my last video, I know you will know why I'm using this English speaking buddy, because I feel like that you are my buddies, my friends, who is learning, trying to learn English together, right? So that is why I decided to call you guys, English learning buddies. That's why I use this word. Okay. Well, anyway, yes, here we go again. I came back to my YouTube video because it's the next day, right? So yes, let me talk about something again in English. Okay, so today that. Yes, today I want to talk about myself again, and then talk about, yes, of course, learning English, right? So yes, as I mentioned on the previous video, I've been trying to learn English simply just listening to English, and then I don't have any regret that I do this way. Doing this way to learn English, I don't have any regret about that. But only one regret I have was that I never tried to learn English pronunciations at the very beginning, because when I was young, when I started to try to learn English, I didn't know that the English language has sound that the Japanese language doesn't have. So I struggle with that pronunciation a lot, at the very beginning, and then I kind of like learn it the hard way. But I think that if I knew in the first place that how what kind of sound English language has, and what kind of how sound it like, and then if I practice to produce that sounds, I thought that my life was much easier to learn English, because I knew because and as I said I didn't know that the English language had the sound that the Japanese language doesn't have. So I struggle, and I had been having this issue on pronunciation for a long time. So yes, if you are trying to learn English, especially if you just start trying to learn English, trying to learn that pronunciation first, and then learn what kind of sound the English language has. At the very beginning, that would make your life much easier. Learning English, I think. So yes, I highly recommend that. To my English learning buddies, right? Okay. Well, anyway, yes. I noticed that especially the younger generation of Japanese English learners, they like to use that word samurai accent, right? But when they say samurai accent, they basically mostly talking about that pronunciation. But I think that a big difference between the Japanese English speaker and then native English speaker is that it's rhythm. Was yes, pronunciation is one of the big difference, but more than that, I think the more bigger that difference that we should notice is that it's rhythm, the rhythm of that language. So yes, rhythm and then intonation is different. I mean, for example, if I say, "Oh, what is it?" I'm just asking. I'm just curious. But if I say, "What is it?" If I say, "What is it?" I sound like a little bit angry or something. For example, like I saw kids made a mess, and they said, "What is it? What is it?" Like that. I'm a little bit angry. But usually if I just asking someone, from my curiosity, I just say, "Oh, what is it?" Right? So this is intonation. But when I say rhythm, what I meant is that what is it, right? And when I say when I say this phrase, I always say, "What is it?" like that, because of what and it is the main component of that this three words phrases, right? So the native speakers always speak in English with this rhythm, and then this is the reason why that rhythm happens is because of this difference of in that stress. They put more stress on the what and the it because of these are the main component of this phrases, and then but is not actually not important compared to other two words. So they usually just unstress this is, right? And then so at the same time, most of the time they just blend this is to that word, surrounding word, and then just say like what is it, right? What is it? And then so that's the reason why this rhythm happens. So in English words, instead, and then while that the Japanese people is usually speak more like flat, without not much rhythm. So even that if I listen to that Japanese English speakers, who is very good at speaking English, even they are very good at English, but still they have this rhythm of Japanese language. I mean, even though their English pronunciation is perfect, but still, they tend to, I think everybody, people tend to that speak in a foreign language with that rhythm of their mother tongue. So, for Japanese English speakers, it's also true. And then even the very good English speakers, I feel that a lot of times that they tend to speak in a Japanese rhythm instead of English rhythm. So that means that they are lacking of that rhythm of the English language. So yes, so yeah, I also explained it myself. But if you speak in English, realizing that the English language have a rhythm, and that's the reason why they understand each other. If you understand that, and if you try to speak English, then more likely that you would be understood by that native speakers, because native speakers speaking with rhythm, right? While that the Japanese people usually, most of the Japanese people speak without rhythm. So that is why, a lot of time the Japanese English speaker, can be understood by that native speaker because speaking with that Japanese rhythm. So it's if you listen carefully, you will notice that people from Osaka who speak in English, they are speaking, most likely they speak in the rhythm of Osaka dialect, Osaka Ben. Yeah, you will notice that if you listen carefully. And then yes, one of my friend, well, actually from Osaka, and she was fluent in English, and at the very beginning, I didn't realize that what kind of her English sounds a little bit different, and then I realized that she was speaking with that rhythm of Osaka dialect Japanese. So yes, the rhythm is very important, I think. And then once you realize, understand the rhythm, yes, again, I think that you will be understood by native speakers, more likely, because I explained myself. So yes, but yes, rhythm and pronunciation. This is something very important. That I think that as I said, first thing I think you should do as a beginner of English learner, I think that you would try to understand that the pronunciation and then practice pronunciation. Then keep in mind that English has the rhythm of a language, and if you understand it, you will be understood by the native speaker. Yes, I'm sure about it because I explained it myself. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it for today. And then yes, because yes, just keep in mind that rhythm is very important. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for watching my YouTube video again. And then I'm gonna see you guys. No, sorry. I'm gonna see you, my English learning buddies, tomorrow, of course. Okay, thank you. Bye.